So when you're in a bus with all this ample space, you have room for the bouginess. Tell us what you're working on here.
I am foaming my creamer for our coffee because why not?
So you plug this guy in?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then it's like barista level. None of this instant coffee living in your car type stuff. Not here. Not here. We're bougie here.
Bougie.
That's bougie.
Jeez. Alright, so I must admit that the bougie coffee is a hit. This is definitely some of the best coffee that I've ever had camping. But we did just discuss this.
We're not camping. This is my house.
What's happening? Welcome to another episode of Badass Builds. I'm Sir William, and this is Ruth Bader's Ginbus and more. Let's check it out. Kaetlynn, this is your home, and tell us the rest of the name of the bus, because I can't get it.
It's okay, it's a mouthful. This is Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Notorious BUS, named after the late Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Supreme Justice, because she is a shorty, but she is a badass. 1997, International 3800.
Nice. How many miles?
About 250,000.
Nice.
Diesel.
And you've done pretty much all the work that we're going to see yourself, right?
Yeah, my dad and I worked on this bus for about a year and a half together, just weekends while both of us were working full time. But we didn't hire any professionals to do it, so it is all DIY.
That's awesome. Now, there's not a whole lot to look at on the outside, but take us through some of the stuff that you've done here on the outside.
Sure, yeah. I really like the look of the old Woodies, like surfing cars. So we put wood down the side, as well as I have like an outside wood table. We have a big roof rack on the top. We grabbed that from a steel salvage yard. It used to be on a big work truck, and that's where my solar panels and my deck is, as well as my security cameras and my security lights. I have a cell phone booster as well, and then all of my battery bank for my house batteries and my inverter is down here where the compressor for the air conditioner used to be. I have two 8D batteries. They are AGM batteries, 250 amp hours a piece. So they are not lithium, but they do the job because everything in the bus is 12 volts. So I am pretty efficient with my power.
Right, and you got solar. How much solar do you have up top?
About 650 watts of solar.
And you stay down here in Arizona for the most part,
yeah,
right?
I've been living in Arizona for about 10 to 12 years before this. I love the desert. I obviously skedaddle during the summer because this is just a hot tin box and I don't have an air conditioner, but I live in Phoenix most of the time. During the spring, I play professional ultimate frisbee with the Arizona Sidewinders. So this is my home base for practices and games.
Well, take us to the inside. Let's see what it looks like.
All right, let's do it. Welcome to my crib. Come on in.
I said earlier that this is probably one of the most homey buses I've been into, so congrats on that.
Thank you.
This is really nice. Take us through kind of all that you did in here.
Okay, cool. So when I started my build, obviously I wanted it to feel like home. And this is no criticism to other vehicles, but I feel like there were so many on the road that were very white, clean, kind of cold, you know, cookie cutter type builds. And so I really wanted to make sure that while I kept bright white look in here for visually it to look bigger, I also really wanted a lot of natural features, both from the desert, which is where I've been living for so long, and then from the Pacific Northwest, which is where I grew up. And so we were able to kind of marry those two things together by using a lot of cedar wood, which I'm really grateful for. Obviously it smells great and it's beautiful. And then incorporating a lot of just natural things, live edge, and whatnot. So, and then I kept vertical lines with the white beadboard on the side because the bus is small, it's short, so I want to make sure that the lines are drawing your eyes upwards and it feels taller than it actually is. So 2-burner propane stove. I do not have an oven, but this does the job. It's also was my heater before I had a diesel heater installed. But yeah, I love propane. I think it's the greatest. I vent it through the window back here or my fan up above. And then this is not a dishwasher, though some people think that it is a dishwasher.
No, it's a fridge, right?
This is my refrigerator. It's a marine fridge. It's the best. It's like a Mary Poppins fridge. It fits a lot of stuff. I love to cook, so I made sure to have a bigger kitchen space than most buses. I wanted a lot of counter space. I should have done a bigger sink, but I really wanted this copper sink in here, so that's the only regret, is the sink's a little small for someone who likes to cook so much, but I really took advantage of the space here because I just wanted to be able to have enough room to be able to cook elaborate meals, which Sir William has participated in recently.
Yeah, I can vouch. Her ramen is top notch. Top notch. And then over here, you've got a nice little chill spot for everybody to hang out. I think we had, what, like 8 people in here the
we had
other
a lot
day?
of people in here. This is my living room, dining room, guest bedroom, office, as most vehicles have dual purpose for many of their things. This pulls out and turns into a twin-size bed, as well as this is a bunch of storage and has my diesel heater in here. And then I have obviously a bunch of storage down there. Eventually I will remodel this area to be a little bit more functional with more desk space and more storage space, because I don't use it as a guest bed really ever. Except, you know, I have some friends who come by and stayed, but really I'm going to remodel this to a little bit more functional. But it's a great place to lounge, chill, eat your food, work, do all the things.
Right on. And you got a beautiful view right here out of this window, which I really like how you kept the windows here. And then you did some curtains up here that are pretty cool too.
I did. Yeah, I really love copper. So I have a lot of copper features in here, copper piping and whatnot. A lot of people delete their windows, but part of the nostalgia of the school bus is the school bus windows. And so I do have insulation that I will place in each window to help seal out the heat or the cold. But the best part is the beautiful views that you can see from outside. So I absolutely love that. And so they are school bus windows, so sometimes you have to make do and fix them with a dowel, because, you know, you remember these things, they pinch your fingers, sometimes they break, so it is very nostalgic.
Nice. And then you got these really cool, I don't know what kind of lights you would call these.
They're called sconces, I think is like the technical term, but they're 12 volt. These lights are Edison, 12 volt Edison bulbs too, so I don't know if it'll mess up the camera if I turn them on, but you can also dim them a little bit, and I have these same ones in the bedroom but with yellow light bulbs, so it's a little bit cozier back there for bedtime.
Oh, so you can get them in different colors.
Yes, yep.
Right on. And then the roof is really cool because I'm a man of magnets. I love magnets. I think they're one of the most useful things. And you have a metal roof that you can put magnets on.
Most people think that I left the original roof, which is only half true. Since I had a solid metal roof and not the perforated kind, I was able to reuse it. So we took the roof down, we took the ceiling down, we re-insulated, ran all of our wires and whatnot, and then put these back up, which, you know, some people wonder, oh, why didn't you just put a wood ceiling up? Well, I liked it being white. It seemed like a lot of extra work to do the ceiling with wood. I had enough wood in here. White makes things look bigger, and the best part is I can magnetize literally everything. So I use magnetic hooks like they are my job. I move my coats around, things around. I mean, my plants and stuff are hanging by these, my fruit baskets hanging by magnets. I can hang extra blankets for insulation. I am a huge fan of the metal ceiling, so don't let anybody talk you out of keeping your metal ceiling.
Yeah, and then it's a lot easier to work with than wood too, because these things inevitably they're never square or the right and trying to get the wood to form around it. So yeah, I like it.
I will say putting them back up was a lot of work because there are hundreds of
rivets,
and it was
screws.
Pretty funny. Yeah, it was pretty funny video I took of my dad and I putting them back up, but it was worth it. So I love copper. I really wanted a copper sink, but they're very expensive. So the big ones I absolutely could not afford at the time I built the bus. We ended up finding a copper sink at the salvage yard. So we traded for it. It's a really small bar sink. However, we were able to maximize the space by creating this custom drawer here to fit on the sides of the sink. So that was a perk of that. And I really like that drawer.
That's your favorite drawer. But the cool thing about that drawer is if you were to tell somebody on paper or just explain it to them, they're like, it's not going to be big enough to hold anything.
Well, we thought it wasn't going to work, but we figured even if it didn't work, we had to make this a false front anyway. Yeah. So why not try?
Might as well use the space.
Why not try?
That's awesome. And there was a lot of thought that went into this pantry, too.
Yes. This pantry, obviously the outside, I'm really proud of how this turned out. This is 𝙏𝙗𝙧 cedar on the outside. But for this pantry, instead of building an entire structure out of 2x4s or framing, which would take away more space, we just did plywood walls, which meant the divider between the pantry and the closet we couldn't put a hinge on because it was just a piece of 3/4 inch or 1/2 inch plywood. So we ended up using a piano hinge to make a double door that kind of folds in and out like this. So I can open just the pantry and all my drawers slide in and out. I can open it all the way to reveal my closet. And if I want it open, I push it all the way and I put a little door stop in it so I can see my mirror and get to my clothes, which I didn't fix my closet before you guys came in.
That's all good.
It's a little messy.
Yeah, well, you live in this thing, so you'll have that. Yeah. What I really like too, you don't have any like, there's no drawer slides or anything. That's all friction.
This is all friction. So it's just, there's just plywood runners, you know, like down the way, and then little stops here to keep it from tipping as I pull it out. These have been really functional. I really didn't want to deal with trying to install drawer slides because it seemed like really hard. So we just did it this way, and it's honestly been really, it's really functional. And then these don't slide out at all. Eventually I might put slides on some of them, but this works for now. Or I just need to get rid of some more clothes. That's probably the answer.
Probably. Nice. And then over here to the left, you have an onboard potty, which is nice.
This is my composting toilet. I don't have a shower. Since I play professional ultimate, I go to the gym all the time. I also have a gym, like a home gym that I keep underneath the bed with dumbbells and whatnot. But the point is I'm in town a lot. I can shower at the gym or my friends' places. So I have this composting toilet. I use this RV shower rod so that you can pull it out and kind of create the illusion of space when you go, and then you can tuck it out of the way when you're not going.
Nice.
Pull this out, and then on the inside, I have a standard composting toilet. I keep like toiletries down here and my composting material on the right. And then in the back is where I have just built in jewelry storage, so it's not quite finished. But eventually this will have some doors back here, but that's where I hang my jewelry.
And back here in the back is one of my favorite features is going to be the door, which gives you the view, and then also Mako's home.
Yes,
so
tell us down below here, this is where I put my laundry, but on this side is my dog Mako's crate. Mako, come here. You want to go inside your crate? Go on. Go on. She's like, I want a treat. Go on. Oh, okay.
No, she said it's much more comfortable up here, actually.
So I do have a door that slides over it, but mostly she just goes in there when it's hot outside because it's nice and cool down here. And then my mom, who is an artist, painted a little mural in there for her. Mako is a type of shark, and we call her the shark dog. So she made a little painting in there with an octopus reading bedtime stories to a shark. It's very cute. But yeah, awesome. This is her crate, and so her toys and stuff go in there, and then when I'm traveling, I'll put extra stuff like my air conditioner and stuff under there out of the way. And then this is obviously the bedroom, full queen size bed. I wasn't about to shrink the size of my bed when I moved into the bus.
I don't blame you.
But I have a shelf here on the side. I have some storage behind the headboard as well as storage up top. That's where I keep my security system and other nonsense. And then I have two doors because this used to be a handicap bus. So I have obviously the emergency door on that side. And then I have the other door here, which when it's really nice outside, I can have that door open and just look out onto my view. And that is a really great part of this bus.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite spots. So you've got the little monitor there, but you've got cameras all the way around this thing. So you can be laying in bed chilling and watching all around your rig like Scarface style.
Yes,
which is nice.
So safety is really important to me. So I have a bunch of security lights that I can access from the bed, as well as security cameras that run 24/7. So don't get any ideas because I'll be watching. But yeah, safety is really important. Obviously have a scary wolf dog here. But yeah, the cameras were really easy to install, and I thought a lot of people are surprised that I have a security system like that. It was honestly a piece of cake to install and doesn't take that much power, so highly recommend you add something like that in your build.
Yeah, how much power does something like that take for 24?
I run it 24/7, so I honestly I calculated at the beginning, but I don't really see the effect on my my batteries over the day because I'm getting so much solar during the day. But
right on. And if you're not getting solar, then you do have a backup. You've got a generator and a little battery pack.
Yeah, I have a propane generator that I don't use often, but I believe in always having backup power. I have a DC to DC charger, so when I start the bus and run the bus, it also charges my batteries, as well as I have a couple portable battery banks. I have a 1200 watt one that basically does the job for everything in case I'm feeling low on power or I want to run something aggressive like a hairdryer or something, which I can't remember the last time I did that, but I have the option to if I want to.
Right on. And I really like Mako's bed underneath your bed. Most people use that as like a garage area. Do you have a garage area underneath there too?
This takes up about 1/4 of the under area. So the rest of it, so like the back half there, that's mostly tools. That's my generator, a grill, my camping stuff, my tools. And then on this side under this door is where I have my weight set and all of my workout equipment, so it's easy to access. And then like my cables and stuff to plug the bus in, my hoses, my other tools and things like that. Those all go under that side. So there is enough room back there, but it's mostly spares, tools, whatever things that you need to have on the road just in case something goes wrong. Up top under the roof deck, I carry an inflatable paddleboard, as well as a softball net, because I'm alone a lot, so I can throw frisbees for practice into the net. And then my dog's crate, like travel crate, also travels up there as well.
Right on. So you got it all pretty well figured out.
I got it all figured out, except for air conditioning, because that takes a lot of power, so I just leave Arizona in the summer. Yeah,
you've got wheels. Just move to where it's cooler.
That's the point, right?
Yeah. Awesome. And obviously you've got onboard water.
I do have onboard water. So I have a pump, and I have 35 gallons of water. It lasts me about a week and a half, depending on my water usage or depending on like how often I'm going to town and filling up my water bottle in town. But yeah, 35 gallons does the job. What else? I just have for my gray tank, I just have a 5-gallon jug under here, that I dump when it gets full. So it helps me kind of control my water usage. I don't have a hot water heater, which surprises a lot of people. But the truth is I figured if I don't have a shower, then I'm using hot water to wash dishes and like brush my teeth and wash my face. So I boil a pot of water in the morning. I boil a pot of water when I'm doing dishes, and it just helps me conserve water. But for the most part, I haven't felt restricted by not having a hot water heater.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is your favorite mod that you've done to the notorious BUS?
My favorite mod, I have to think. I love the roof deck. Truly, like, I know some people who say they never use their roof deck. I don't understand that. I love going to the roof deck. It's the best place to drink a beer and watch the sunset. That's not exactly a mod. I'd say this drawer, honestly. This drawer, because it was birthed during a dream, you know? Like, I slept overnight and I woke up in the morning and I was like, I know what to do about the sink. And my dad was sure it wouldn't work, but I was like, well, let's just try it anyway. And it's truly the best toiletry drawer ever. It's kind of silly, but that's probably my favorite mod.
Nice. Yeah. And where's your favorite place that you've been in the notorious BUS?
Favorite place I've been. I love hot springs. So any hot spring I can roll that bus right up onto, I love. But obviously Arizona, this area right here is my favorite place to be. The desert is so beautiful and so different than other terrains, and it can go, as we just recently experienced, it can snow out here, and in the 4 or 5 days it's going to be 80 degrees, so it's all over the place. But the desert's so beautiful, so I love it.
Arizona's a little tricky this year.
Yeah. She's a little fickle this year, but yes, I would say Arizona's my favorite.
Well, that's awesome. Any big trips planned?
I am like West Coast girl, so I haven't really taken the bus much outside the West Coast. This summer, my partner lives in Bend, Oregon area, so I will drive the bus up to Oregon and stay there for the summer, and then I will migrate my way back down after it starts to get cold. So I chase 72 and sunny. That's the goal, right?
That's why you have wheels.
That's why I have wheels, yeah. You can follow my bus adventures at 𝐵�girl_and_Husky on Instagram. And if you're interested in the professional ultimate frisbee team because you like to support women's sports, you can find us on Instagram at AZ_sidewinders, like the snake. Yeah, but that's where I do my stuff. I'm not on YouTube or anything, it's just Instagram.
And she's going to teach me how to throw the frisbee. What did you say? I throw it with a what?
Oh, yeah. We call, when you throw it like this, we call that the barbecue dad backhand. I'll teach you how to throw a real backhand.
Apparently, I throw it with the barbecue dad backhand.
It's okay. Most people do.
That's awesome. Well, I really appreciate you taking us through your bus, and happy, safe travels.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate having you here, huh?
Sweet. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you like this video, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos like it, hit the subscribe button. Till next time, you guys keep hanging in there like a hair on a biscuit. And remember, you can be happy if you've a mind to. Peace, y'all.